Okay, so picture this. It's late 2026. Rockstar Games has just dropped GTA 6 on the world, and every gamer on the planet is glued to their screen exploring Vice City. And then, somewhere in a meeting room at Xbox, someone looks at the release calendar, looks at Fable's launch date sitting right next to all of that, and says, "Yeah, we need to move that." Because that's exactly what happened. Xbox just blinked. And the reason they blinked? Grand Theft Auto 6. Before we get into all of this, if you're someone who keeps up with everything GTA 6, everything gaming, and you want the fastest, sharpest breakdowns on what's happening in the industry, hit subscribe right now. Vice Dispatch is where we break all of this down first, and trust me, you don't want to be the last one to know. Now, back to what's going on, because this story is a lot bigger than just a delay announcement. So let's start from the beginning, because to really understand why this Fable delay matters for GTA 6 fans, you need to know how wild this situation actually is. Fable, the beloved RPG franchise that basically defined a generation of Xbox gaming, has been in development since 2016. That's right. Microsoft shut down Lionhead Studios, the original creators, and handed the keys to Playground Games, a studio that, up until that point, was known exclusively for Forza Horizon racing games. They went from making cars go fast to building a fantasy RPG world called Albion. That alone should tell you how ambitious and, honestly, how complicated this whole project has been. For years, fans got almost nothing. The occasional teaser, a cinematic trailer, some vague developer updates. The game existed more as a rumor than a reality. Then, finally, in January of this year, Xbox made it official at their Developer Direct showcase. Fable would launch in autumn 2026. Fans lost their minds. After a decade of waiting, there was actually a date. A real window. People started getting excited. That excitement lasted about 4 months. Because in April, whispers started spreading online. Reports were suggesting that internally, Fable had been pushed back. People in the know were pointing at one specific reason. Grand Theft Auto 6 was on the horizon, and nobody wanted to be standing in that shadow. The official Fable social accounts came out and said everything was fine. Still on track for autumn 2026. Nothing to see here. And most people kind of moved on. Then May 29th hit, and Xbox dropped the announcement. Fable is delayed to February 2027. It's official. No more autumn window. No more 2026. February 2027 is the new target, and that's where the story gets genuinely fascinating for anyone following GTA 6. Here's what Xbox actually said in their statement, and I want you to pay attention to the specific games they listed, because the list tells the whole story. They said, and I'm paraphrasing here, that late 2026 is packed with major releases, and they want Fable to have its own dedicated moment rather than getting lost in the noise. And then, they rattled off the games crowding that window. Halo, Campaign Evolved, Gears of War, E-Day, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 4, Control Resonant, Star Wars, Galactic Raider, and Grand Theft Auto 6. Now think about that list for a second. 3 of those are Xbox's own first-party titles. So Xbox is essentially saying that even their own games, Halo, Gears, Call of Duty, are too much competition for Fable. That's a statement in itself. But the one name on that list that doesn't belong to Xbox, the one third-party title sitting in the middle of all those juggernauts? GTA 6. And you can make the very reasonable argument that GTA 6 is the single most anticipated game in the history of the medium. We are talking about a game that has been in development for years, that broke YouTube records with a single trailer, that people have been dissecting and theorizing about since before most of us knew it was officially in production. Nobody, not Xbox, not Playground Games, not any publisher on Earth, wants to launch a massive RPG reboot the same week that GTA 6 drops. That's not a marketing battle. That's a surrender. You send your game out to die. You spend 10 years building something, and then you park it right next to the most anticipated sequel in gaming history, and watch your launch weekend numbers collapse. It would be commercial suicide, and Xbox clearly knows it. So the move to February 2027 makes complete strategic sense. Get out of Rockstar's way. Let GTA 6 do what it's going to do, dominate every gaming conversation on the planet for months. And then, when the dust settles a little and people start looking for the next thing to sink their teeth into, Fable walks into the room with zero competition and gets to be the big story. That's actually smart planning, even if it's painful for fans who have been waiting since 2016. And look, Playground Games did at least acknowledge the sting. On the official Fable account, they posted a message to fans saying they know this news hurts, and they told the community it won't be much longer before players are back in Albion. It's a short message. It's a careful message. But it does at least signal that the delay isn't the result of some catastrophic development crisis. They're not scrapping things and starting over. This is a scheduling decision, not a panic move. What's really interesting is that Xbox is also confirming Fable for PlayStation 5. This isn't just an Xbox and PC game anymore. Microsoft has been gradually shifting its strategy when it comes to exclusivity, and Fable going multi-platform means they're thinking about this as a mainstream release. A game that competes across every platform. Which makes the timing question even more important. If you're launching everywhere, you really can't afford to launch into the middle of GTA 6 season. Now, here's the thing fans do have to look forward to in the short term. The Xbox Game Showcase is happening June 7th, and Fable is confirmed to appear. This is expected to be the most significant public showing of the game yet. We're talking about a studio that has been notoriously tight-lipped about actual gameplay. Every previous reveal has been either cinematics or very limited looks at the world. June 7th could be the moment where Playground Games finally shows the world what this game actually is. What the combat looks like, what the morality system looks like, how the world actually feels to move through. If they're going to delay the game and ask fans to wait another several months, they owe people something real at that showcase. And from what we're hearing, that's exactly what they're planning to deliver. So where does all of this leave us heading into the back half of 2026? Honestly, in a fascinating place. You've got GTA 6 preparing to land like a meteor. You've got Halo and Gears both in the same window, which is already kind of wild when you think about it. Call of Duty showing up as always. Star Wars getting another shot at a racing game. And somewhere in the middle of all of that chaos, Fable quietly moved itself to safety, parked in February 2027, and is now going to try to be the thing everyone turns to after the holiday madness settles down. For GTA 6 fans specifically, this delay is just another piece of evidence of how enormous the cultural footprint of that game already is before it's even released. Publishers are making scheduling decisions because of it. Studios are shifting release windows to avoid it. The gravitational pull of GTA 6 is already bending the industry around it, and the game isn't even out yet. When it does drop, it's going to be something unlike anything we've seen in a very long time. We'll be covering every development, every update, every new detail, every industry ripple caused by GTA 6 right here. There's more coming, and you'll want to be around for it.